Okay, boys and girls, here we go. I'm in Brimfield, Mass. And I'm heading back to Windsor. And I just got done going up to Ridin'Country's house and the surrounding area. I didn't video any of his actual private area, so you know, I don't have that on video, obviously, out of respect for him, but I did want to mention that while I was up there, I had the very good fortune of being able to see the church that Ridin'Country did his moto vlog on a while back. And let me tell you, it's really quite a church. I'm gonna have to pull over here. I don't have my strap strapped on my helmet. Okay. So, continuing along with what I was saying, yeah, he wasn't kidding when he talked about the beauty of that church. And as it turns out, what's really quite interesting about where Ridin'Country lives is, you know, it's surrounded by a lot of churches. That's not the only church that's in that area. I don't know. I saw what looked to me like at least 3 churches right near his house. There could have been more or less, but you know, some of the other buildings were maybe have been some official church buildings, or in fact, I saw one building that was definitely a funeral home. But you know, that whole area is just immersed with a lot of history. In fact, he wasn't there, so you know, he told me to go up and see the church. So I went to the first church that I found, and as it turns out, it was the wrong church that he wanted me to go see. I went to a church, St. Mary's, and I went down there, and I noticed there was a lot of members of official parties standing there, so I figured that it was, you know, probably you know, either a wedding or a funeral going on. So I went up to one of the individuals who was standing on the corner, and I said, you know, what's going on at the church? And he said, well, we're just finishing up a funeral. And so I knew Ridin'Country wanted me to go inside the church, so I told him, I said, you know, I know somebody who lives right up the street, and he wanted me to go inside just to check out the church. you think I could go in? And he said, yeah, sure, go ahead. And I said, well, I don't want to interfere with the ceremony that's going on. He says, no. He says, not a problem. He said, it's just finishing up now. Go ahead on in, but you know, they're going to close it up in a little bit, so you might want to hustle up. So I went up and I went inside, and it was a magnificent church. Apparently that church had been all redone recently, all freshly painted inside, and you know, very, very well appointed. I didn't have the video camera with me, although I probably could have videoed inside there. I don't think they really would have minded, but I did take some pictures, and if I can figure out how to get those pictures onto this video, I will. So yeah, it was very impressive. So I walked out of there, and come to find out that was not the right church. And so Ridin'Country told me, you know, which church it was, and further clarified it. So I went up to the one he was talking about, and yeah, that's that church that he did the video on a while back. A big old stone church, very, very, you know, crisp, clean architecture. And I remember that video that he did the other day, back a while back. It was done on a crystal clear, blue sky, sunny day, and it was really just an ideal day to do a video. You guys may remember that video. Anyhow, continuing along with the story. So I walked up to it, and I tried to get in the front door, and it was locked. And so I went around the side. I got some pictures of this church too. I went around from the outside, and I went around the side of the building, and one of the doors was open. So I went inside, and oh my God, what a magnificent church! I mean, if you get a chance to see this church, it's a must-see. You know, I mean, I've got to tell you that I've seen many churches in my life, not just in the United States, but in other countries, and this one is right up there in the top 10. I mean, this is really a gorgeous, gorgeous piece of architecture. So anyhow, jumped on the bike and turned around and headed back. And here I am, going back to Windsor. And but I knew there was a reason why I went there today, and who knows, maybe that was it. Maybe it was to see those churches. It's funny how things work out.
So she says it's time that I be going on, 'cause there are better things out there for you. She says that every time I see you, I know you wish for more. And don't you waste your life away in this one-horse town, because the cities have their big lights, and the concrete streets are paved, and the towers and the hotels, they shine like silver stars. Don't you think it's time that you be leaving this old town? Can't you see it's time you be going anywhere, anywhere you know but this old town? So I said, what's wrong with this old small town? What is so damn wrong about this place? 'Cause everyone I know has got a smile on, and every face I see has got a name. I'd rather be somebody in this small town than be just another face amongst the crowd. Have their horses and the lovers have their songs, but all I got is this small town, the place where I was born, and the shining gloss of the city, and they draw the world so near. But all I ask for is this small town, and it's all I'll ever want. 'Cause every time that I have left the place that I call home, there are all these things I'll never see. And I don't see the smiles or the waves of people on their streets, and I won't see the girl I love or the good old boys from home. And all the things I've ever loved are in this one horse town. So I said, what's wrong with this old small town? What is so damn wrong about this place? 'Cause everyone I know has got a smile on, and every face I see has got a name. I'd rather be somebody in this small town than be just another face amongst the crowd. So I said, what's wrong with this old small town? What is so damn wrong about this place? 'Cause everyone I know has got a smile on, and every face I see has got a name. I'd rather be somebody in a small town than be just another face